was on fire and no one could save me but you. So strange what desire would make foolish people.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, how you doing, Keith?
I'm doing good, Nick. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Great to see you today.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you too, man. Nice to finally meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Nick. So, Nick,
Yeah.
how's the day so far?
It's been great, man. I'm actually I'm out in the woods in North Carolina. I'm doing a show out here, so just enjoying it.
Amazing, amazing, Nick. So, Nick, on May 15th, you released your cover of Chris Isaac's Wicked Games. So, can you tell me why did you choose this particular song and what was a real reason behind it?
I've actually always loved this song. I mean, I'm sure you probably loved, a lot of people love this song. It's a classic. So for me, it was actually, it was, I wouldn't say it was 50-50, but I was thinking back and forth whether I should have done it or not, because so many people have taken a shot at this cover. And I said, with producer Nathan Walters, I'm collaborating with him right now. We're working on a series of covers. Actually, we did about 5 of them. And then after these 5 covers, we'll be releasing 2 singles, original singles for myself, which are, I could say it's a mix of modern pop and also you have a lot of lo-fi sounds. And then a lot of my influences at the end of the song, you hear a lot of rock and roll. You hear that coming out of my voice, a very, the song really grows in that aspect. And in regards to the single I'll be releasing, but going back to Wicked Games, it was the first one that we did, and I think that's where Nathan and I discovered which direction we were going to go in musically for my own sound too. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And talking about Wicked Game, a great work from you. Amazing vocals, great musicianship. You really nailed the song. So I really enjoy listening to this particular single from you. Great work again. And how has the reach been since the release of Wicked Games?
Actually, funny enough, we released it it feels like last week, almost, or a week and a half ago, and it's already got almost 8,000 streams on Spotify. I went from having only a couple of listeners on Spotify because I just started re-releasing some single music to 115 with just one release of a cover. So I'm pretty excited about that. Just on one cover, my numbers went up, so it's pretty cool.
Amazing, amazing. And are you currently working on a new album or a lot of singles are coming up?
So yeah, I'll be having I'll have a single probably drop every 3 to 4 weeks now for the next couple of months. And then you'll see my 2 first original singles, which will be kind of like the opening maybe into my album, because Nathan and I are continuing to work together. I'm also a performer at sea. So I go out and I perform for a couple of months and then I come back on land. And during this time, I'll be recording more music. So I suspect maybe by the end of next year or the beginning of the year after, I should have the album complete and it'll be a really big deal. And that's my dream, is to have an album. So
amazing. And how is it like touring on the road and being on the sea?
Well, touring on the road is great because you're on land. There's really no rules. It's up to you, just make it to your show on time and be prepared. At sea, you're on a boat, you're stuck for 6 months, and you're also a crew member. You have to learn all of the safety regulations. You have to become very savvy with what's going on the ship in case anything goes down. I actually enjoy being on the ship. It's a lot of work. I do 2 shows on the ship, so I perform with 2 full tech runs and 8 shows a week. It's almost like 10 shows in 7 days, which is a lot.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
And musically speaking, how would you look yourself into the future? Are you going to be sticking to the pop culture, or you'll be doing a lot of experimentation to other genres of metal and rock and roll?
I actually think that might come back. When I was 17, 18 years old, I was in metal bands. I played in a group called Fate Suspended, which was a group I put together myself. We played a lot of different South Florida venues, from Revolution. What else did we play? The Culture Room. We opened up for Daisy Berkowitz, which was Marilyn Manson's old guitar player. And I used to have like the long black hair. I used to have the black nails. And I think it was, you know, Elvis Presley's been my idol since I was really young. And that's the role I play now in the shows I do on the road. Um, it I guess it kind of balanced me out in the way of like trying to just be a little bit more open-minded, and also the way that I record music is a little bit more convenient for my personal taste. Like I'm on the road, so I have this computer, my guitar, my MIDI setup, and then Nathan is actually out in Nashville, so I send him files, and that's how we work back and forth. And to be honest, this is the best way that I could put out music. I believe in the future, once I'm off the ship and we're getting a little bit more experimental, I might bring back some of those rock influences into the pop sound, because I do actually appreciate modern pop music. I just believe that it needs some of that old, you know, organic, real talent, musicianship. And I think that's actually happening right now. I see a lot of that happening in the industry, a lot of instrumentation coming back and real talent, opposed to just production. You know what I mean?
True, so true.
Yeah.
And going back 10 years, you came on X Factor and you did a tribute to your idol, Elvis Presley himself, the king of rock. So how was that experience, and how do you feel about those days, and how has the reach been to a wider audience around the world?
That was also another big, I guess a big moment in my career. I was grinding it out as a musician, really trying to push my own original music. I got to a point where I had no money. I was actually like just living off $10, working a really hard job. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna audition for this show, and if they take me, whatever. If they don't, and I got in, and I could say it was a wild ride. I was a real rock singer at the time. I really didn't sing with a lot of I wouldn't say clean vocals, you know what I mean? But that experience taught me a lot, and it gave me a lot of exposure. People reached out to me even after the show to assist me and help me with my vocals, and I would say just helping me with music, understanding music better as well, and the recording studio and being in the studio. And I think it's important for everyone to just kind of take opportunities in their career. It doesn't matter if they feel like it's out of their boxes. When I got there was so many singers who were out of my box, you know, gospel singers. I would say like I heard one group of guys who were just like, you know, doing the runs and stuff. And I was just like, I can't do that stuff. But I actually ended up learning how to do it with time. And I think the X Factor, it's, I can't believe it was 10 years ago. That's crazy. 10 years ago. Wow. It's funny you saw that. That's funny.
And do you believe shows like this really help a musician, or do you think musicians should really go out on the road and make music than going into these kind of shows?
I think both are very important. If there's a way to balance that and try to find an opportunity while also still investing time in your music, yeah, I think you should. I could say in a funny way, so when I finished the show, I actually needed a job. I needed to go back and make money. So it didn't matter what fame I had or what YouTube video was going around. I was trying to get a job at a restaurant, and I remember this manager was like, "Hey, you were the guy from that show," and I was like, "Yeah." He made me an assistant manager of the restaurant just because, you know. So any musician out there knows they need money. You know what I'm saying? If they get this opportunity and they get them a job, why not, right?
Amazing.
Yeah. So to anybody out there, yeah, go ahead. It'll help you.
So that should be a plan for a lot of people coming up, I would say.
Hey, we're all starving musicians. At the end of the day, we want to keep making, so we all need money, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you spoke about making a couple of releases every 3 weeks once. So apart from this, do you have any other plans for this year?
Yes. So actually, I believe starting June 1st, I'll be releasing a little teaser trailer of my next cover. It's a lot more pop than Wicked Games, because it's a Shawn Mendes cover. I don't know if you're familiar with Shawn Mendes, but we decided to do some songs that were in the top of the pop charts, just to kind of try to give them our own spin. So you'll be hearing this. I can say that if you listen to the Shawn Mendes song on the music side, you'll probably be reminded of like later Queen.
Gotcha.
You be like, I want to break free type synths, and also like the show must go on, that type of bigness. Even though the song is more about like a relationship ending, it's definitely on the poppier side. So you'll see what I'm talking about on June 15th when I release it. We plan on releasing 3 more covers after that, and then we'll be releasing our first 2 original singles. And that should it'll be interesting. It's going to be a wild ride.
Beautiful. That sounds great. And how do you feel going from making covers to making your original music? How do you feel about that?
Well, the cool thing about doing covers is I feel like it keeps me busy in between my original music, because I'm always writing music. But at the same time, I want to give my followers something, you know. I don't want to put too much time in between my singles. So that's actually my plan. I'll be releasing probably covers every couple of weeks. Even after the 2 singles, I'm probably gonna do maybe like a Nirvana cover, or it could be What a Wonderful World. I want to try different songs just to kind of see which way I could spin it. Elvis Presley also kind of did that too. I don't know if you know, he was like the world's greatest cover artist, and people don't know that. You know, he didn't really write his music. He sang everybody's music. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be singing everyone's music, and then every 5 songs I'll probably release an original, you know. So that's the plan until I have my album. Once I have my album, boom, we're all originals, you know.
Absolutely. And would you like to tell me how music really started in your life?
Well, music started actually at the age of 5 when I fell in love with Elvis, but I wouldn't say it was so much the music. It was probably more his attitude. I thought it was really cool. I like rock and roll. I really wanted to be a rock star. And then when I was 17, I saw a band perform, a friend of mine, his name is Leo. He's actually in a group right now called, I think it's called Alt X. I'm not sure. I'll get you the proper name. They're a really cool group. You should follow them too. You might like them a lot. They're on the metal scene. Let me see if I can find them for you. This will be a nice shout out for him too. Yeah. Alter X Music. You should give them a look at right there. Yeah, they're a really cool group. Anyway, I saw him sing when I was 17, 18, and he was a friend of mine, and I was like, hey, I want to be in a band too. So I joined the group. I really didn't know anything about playing, actually. I didn't know how to play guitar. I didn't know how to play the keys. In time, I learned about 4 or 5 months after I was playing rhythm guitar in the group. And then from there on out, I was just hooked. I loved writing music. I loved hanging out with the guys. Even if there was no money involved. It was just getting in the garage and then like playing until someone told us we were too loud, or we got too tired, or maybe we just wanted to go get some beer, you know. So we was, oh guys, let's go get a pack of 6, you know. But those were the fun days for me. I always miss those days, actually playing with groups and performing. So that's my goal, is for my music to become noticed enough so that I can pull a band together and play, you know.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And Nick, would you like to share some of the great moments that has happened to you over the years?
Great moments. I would say one of them is getting married to my wife. She's also a performer. She works on the cruise ships with me. She's a dancer in a show called Burn the Floor. I was singing on stage, performing in this show, and she got really close to me with her dance partner and hit me in the nose while I was singing. And I started to, like, you know, you get hit in the nose, you start crying. Yeah. So I was in front of 500 people singing, like with tears coming down. And it was funny. She's Italian. She was kind of speaking, like, just starting to learn how to speak English. And she was telling me sorry. And she told me sorry every day after that, brought me a little chocolate. Now she's my wife. We've been married for 2 years, been together for 4, you know, and we met performing at sea. So it was one of the better moments in my life the past couple of years. Also performing the show that I do called $1 Million Quartet, which is the story of Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis performing in the studio. And it's been great because it's helped me as a performer on stage. I feel really comfortable up there. I've never learned how to change a string so fast in my life. In this show, we break them all the time, and we have an audience in front of us, and you have to change the strings so fast, man. So these just doing this show has really helped me in that sense as a musician.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
And any big dreams that is on your mind?
Big dreams. My biggest dream, I think right now, it's kind of a silly dream, but I want that blue check mark on all my websites. I want them all. And then my friends know I've been crazy about it, so I've been just trying to get that done. And then my next big dream is to have a song in a movie. I want a song in a movie, you know, one of my originals, I'm hoping, you know. But if it's a cover, okay. So I've seen that happen a lot lately. I don't know if you noticed, if you watch like the beginning of those new Avengers movies or any of those Marvel movies, they have like a slower version of a song that we liked. So who knows, maybe Wicked Games gets in a movie, right?
Really hoping to see that.
Yeah, it would be cool, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Nick, what would you like to say to the people who are new to your music, and what would you like to say to the fans around the world?
I would like to say, expect change. It's not always going to be the same thing. I love everything, and I believe that change is like one of the most permanent things in life. I said that recently to somebody, and it kind of just, it rings, you know, because it's probably the most permanent thing in life, right? Just everything's always changing. So as an artist, I expect to change, and I always expect my music to change or evolve or to get better. And I believe that's just part of life. So
amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
And Nick, it's a real pleasure to meet you today and have this wonderful.
Keith, it's been such a pleasure. Yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed talking with you. Thank you so much.
Really hope to talk to you more in the upcoming months and years to know more about you and talk on your new upcoming albums and releases. Let's be connected. And I wish you all the best and looking forward for June 15th for the next single.
Awesome. Thank you, Keith. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Have a great day ahead.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.